Anybody out there here to speak on a non-agenda item?
Nope.
All right. All right, so we're gonna review minutes from December 1st, 2021, to regular meeting. And I need a motion to approve those minutes.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second. All those in favor? Any correspondence?
None at this point. At the next meeting, I'm hoping to have new permit application, like blank forms for you guys to review.
Okay, all right. So under new business, we're going to start with conditional use application for 2512 Main Street. We need to accept the application as complete and schedule a public hearing. So it looks like they're changing what's there now.
I think they're adding space.
It's taking 3 residential units, 1 office, and 2 retail units, keeping the 3 residential units, making it 2 offices, 1 retail unit, and 1 nursing home.
Yes, it's added, they added a space.
They're dividing 1 of the retail units into office and nursing home.
Right.
Yeah. Is there anything, Bailey, that is missing? It looks like everything's here.
We got a letter from the fire marshal as well. That's
Okay.
the last thing in that section.
I need a motion to accept the application as complete.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. All those in favor? So our next meeting is February 9th. We'll go ahead and schedule a public hearing at 6 o'clock. Meeting to follow. And meeting to follow. We go on. I'll make a motion to have the meeting February 9th at 6. Yeah.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Alright. So moving on to conditional use. So I don't know who's here for them. Ellen. Oh, Ellen. For 2512 Main Street? Ellen's next. No, she's.
Did both.
Ken, I got it. I know I saw Ken here. So Ken, did you get that?
Yes, so I'll be, you said it was February what?
February 9th.
February 9th. Okay, I don't need to do anything between now and then, just show up February 9th.
No, you do not. So the public hearing will start at 6 p.m.
Okay, great. I thank you very much.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
The next is, what did I say?
27th of
77 Main Street. It's the expansion on the Looney Bin.
Yeah, Boss Motorsports in the Looney Bin. Yep. That building.
Have everything.
Yes, and your copies of plans don't show it, but I do have stamped plans.
Yes. And you should have the state fire marshal permit also.
All right. So I need a motion to accept this application as complete.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it. All those in favor? All right, we will, I make a motion to schedule the public hearing February 9th at 6:30. Or immediately following the next. Immediate following.
A second.
Favor? All right, Ellen, did you hear that?
Yeah, a public hearing on February the 9th at 6:30.
Well, it's immediately following your 6,
Yeah, it might be a little quicker. Yeah.
right? Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. Continuing business, shoreline zoning application. 280 Rumford Road.
We have the adjustments for the agenda first.
Oh, sorry, I apologize. So for 2342 Main Street, the original conditional use permit was for 24 cabins. They had switched that, what date was that?
The original was approved in June of 2018, and then this amendment was approved in October of 2018.
October 10th,
Right.
So they switched it October 10th to a motel, and how many units was it? 10, 11, 12?
10 cabins in the motel.
Yeah.
And event building.
So that was approved, and what they're wanting to do is void that amendment to the conditional use permit and go back to the original. So I need a motion and a second, and then we can discuss it if there's any discussion to be had.
You make the motion, I'll second it.
I make a motion to void the conditional use amendment that was issued October 10th of 2018 for Jane and Stacy Boers at 2342 Main Street.
I'll second it.
Is there any discussion?
No.
Right, so all those in favor?
I will draft up a quick letter that I'll have you guys sign when you come in to sign for this next one.
Perfect. Thank you. Continuing business. 280 Rumford Road.
Rebecca, do we have to have a public hearing on that?
To void it.
Yeah, do we?
I don't believe so.
No, because the original was approved.
Huh?
That was the 280 Rumford Road, the site visit we did, I don't know, around Christmas or something. About the 30% expansion, and we are with part of it is within 100 feet of the lake.
Yes. So because there's so many things to vote on, does anybody have any questions on the shoreline zoning application?
I just want to point out that they're waiting to do the official building plans for this, so I don't have an exact footprint. So I think that was one of the questions we had at the site visit.
That was,
Was that it? We don't have building plans?
No, they want approval for the footprint before developing the building.
Yeah, we sort of have two footprints. One is 29 feet and one is 31 feet wide. It just depends on, which plan they decide to go with. Right now, that camp is about 18 foot, what I measured at 18'4" plus about 3 feet of entry deck. And it's close to the lake, so we're trying to pull it back and just keep our 30% within the 100 feet. But we've got a septic tank and a side setback to sort of squeeze it in with.
I know one of the things that we were gonna look into is the lateral expansion, and you cannot do a lateral expansion.
Yeah, unless, I know you guys do have some discretion about if, where they use the term, if practical alternatives exist. So we're trying to not push it back too far into the hill that's back there with the back of the garage.
The practical alternatives is to pull it away from the lake. Not for the lateral expansion.
Right, we're trying to step it back at the front there, keeping 16 and a half feet, 12 and 4, 16 and a half, we'll call it 17 feet. And then step it back 7 feet. So we're trying not to be a full 29 feet width on the lake. At least on one elevation there.
So. I don't have the print in front of me that they.
You sure?
Just one I have.
Go through it.
It's folded in that.
So we're gonna have to come up with a different footprint that does not include the lateral expansion.
Are we 100% sure on that?
Our Andy code enforcement officer.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Now,
Would it be a help to forward a footprint plan so you could see it?
Unless there's a newer one. that we have.
yeah, we have the current footprint plan. But what I'm saying is you can't do the lateral expansion. So we would need a different footprint plan that did not have the lateral expansion.
Right, and that would mean that the existing cottage, which is, we'll call it 18'4" wide, you're suggesting that we can only be 18'4" wide until we get beyond 100 feet.
She's, need to stay at the current width of 18 feet 4 inches unless they're outside of the 100.
That's correct, yes. So
I thought we had wiggle room with that.
I don't think I remember doing a lateral expansion.
We've done it.
Well, and if we could take that square footage and put it beyond 100 feet, we would do it. But on Route 4 there, that hill is really steep, so I was trying to stay, beyond the setback and not get to that hill, because the more I get into the hill, it keeps coming up. So right now, if I push the camp back, the 3 or 4 feet we want to, and only keep the 860 square or 870 square feet in front of the 100-foot line, then I can only raise the camp 3 feet, the first floor level. So then the back of the camp now is just about below grade. So I have to take the sort of a foundation wall, bring it above the first floor to hold the earth back behind it. So the more I come back, I almost need like a story and a half of a concrete wall above grade to hold the hill back. So that's why I was trying to come back as much as I could, avoid the side setback, avoid the septic, avoid the hill, and take a nod to, trying not to be one total width across the front, but have a step back.
All right, hold on one second.
I'm sorry, you get a little echoey, so if you ask me a question, you might have to ask me again.
Okay, I'm gonna say, hold on one.
Where does it talk about lateral expansion? Non-conforming structures, 3807.
You know exactly where it is in the book. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, I'll grab mine.
It says right here, a structure or portion thereof, which is less than the required setback from the normal high water line of body of water or tributary stream or upland edge of a wetland shall not be expanded laterally unless the planning board determines after an on-site inspection that there is no practical alternative. So it can be expanded laterally if it can't go back. And that's what I thought that it said. Is at least how I'm reading it. Because we've done lateral expansions before. It just all depends on what the site looks like.
I'm trying to
Can
remember.
you take the
what
bank,
backs-
can the bank be dug out of the back?
Well, you gotta take in, I mean, you almost have to take into consideration what's, not really what's easier, but what's worse for the environment. Like how many trees are gonna get cut down, how much fucking dirt's gonna get moved. Sorry. In this case, I would be for a lateral expansion on it because of the site. You haven't seen the site.
Right.
And I honestly don't recall how steep that the bank was behind it.
Yeah, we only had a little bit of snow at that point. But right now, where we have the footprint, we'd probably be losing three or four trees. If we keep coming back, it gets heavily forested, which sort of shows on my plot plan there. It's a little more post-shade. So, and the latter part of the lateral expansion that we have, there are no trees that we're taking down in that case.
You want to get together and do another site visit on it? Especially with maybe because we have a new board member who hasn't even looked at the site.
Yeah, I would be more comfortable doing that because I don't want to sit there and say that, well, there's no alternative when there is.
Right.
So,
And Ellen, I know this project's not starting for a little while, correct?
No, I mean, it's not, you can't start now because we need concrete. And it probably will be end of the summer kind of thing, but I know, on my schedule it takes 3.5 months. So you hate to keep pushing them out. But yeah, a site visit, I mean, I know, would it make sense to do a site visit and have a quick meeting just so we're not out another whole month?
hold on 1 second.
But I know your next meeting, you got public hearings and stuff, so.
We can do the findings of facts. So we're gonna do that at the next meeting, 22 weeks.
I'm just looking at. February 9th.
And I guess I might say sooner rather than later, just because when we looked the first time, we only had like 3 or 4 inches of snow. Now we've got maybe a foot, and we wait too long, we'll have 3 or 4 feet.
Not the way this winter is going.
Yeah,
So I'm looking at my shooting calendar. It says on the 9th of February, it says 5:25 is dark. If we meet at 5
When?
on the 9th,
5 o'clock, it's 280 Rumford Road.
All right, so I'll make a motion that we do a second site visit on 280 Rumford Road at 5 PM on February 9th.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All those in favor? All right, Ellen, did you hear that?
Yes, yes. So February the 9th at 5 o'clock, a site visit.
Yes, ma'am, and then we can vote right there.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna come to the meeting also, so.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So if you didn't wanna, freeze your tush off.
All right. Oh, that's it. So we already made motions on our next meeting. I'll take a motion to adjourn.
We'll make a motion to adjourn at 6:30.
Second that. All those in favor?
All right, thank you.
Yo.
I didn't think